Hey guys, so this is my very first Paint Tool Sai tutorial. It actually is a tutorial. Well, it's more like it's tips on things I've picked up over the years of using it and just general knowledge. Please keep in mind that anything I'm suggesting is purely suggestion and you do not in any way, shape, or form have to follow it. It is not the one rule, it is just things I've picked up and tips I'm sharing with you. So I have Paint Tool Sai open. So I'm going to go to New. Um, doesn't matter which name your canvas. So I like to make my width and height, like it's pixels. You want to make it pretty high because with the sizes, if you have it smaller, you can't get as many details. It's a lot easier to do it this way. And then you want your resolution high as well. Pixels per inches is 600 is really good. So okay, here we are. Voila. So what I've decided to do here is, before we get started in Sai, I want to show you some of the artwork I've done with Sai, so you kind of get an idea of what you can actually do with Sai. With Sai. Like, this is an example of something I've done in Sai. Let's see what else. This is another example of something I've done in Sai. Let's see, we'll do one more. Let's see here. Yeah, I have a lot of copies of things. This one's one of my favorites. It is also done a little bit in Photoshop, and I can kind of explain that towards the end of the tutorial on how I kind of got some of the background. But so you have your new canvas. Now what? Well, that's kind of a loaded question, isn't it? I have a lot of different markers and different brushes I've used. A lot of my settings are actually from, they're not mine. They're settings I've used from DeviantArt. On DeviantArt, her username is Darling Mionette. She has amazing brush supplements. They're custom. I've used most of my brushes from her. So if you ever get a chance, go check out her page, and I'll give you a link in the video so you can check out her beautiful artwork for one thing, and all of the really cool brushes she uses. As I said, I use them too, so I'm giving her a shout out, whoever you are. Thank you, because your brushes are amazing. That being said, let's get started. I'm not going to do complete drawing. I'm just going to show you tips and tricks I've learned over time, as I said. Usually, when I start, I use the pen tool, and the settings are here. You know, I'm not going to go into uber detail about it, but you can see like where all the settings are and everything. That's my pen. I usually pick like a blue color. Oh, the other thing I highly, highly, highly recommend is a tablet. I'm sure there are plenty of people who use a mouse for this, but it's very, very difficult, and I have yet to master it, so if you don't have a tablet, this tutorial, it'll work once you have one. So yes, you'll definitely want a tablet. You can get a really good tablet for $50 to $100. Wacom is probably like one of the best ones. I myself use the Wacom Bamboo Fun. It is, well, fun. And I've had it for a couple years, and it's served me quite well, so if you are wanting to get into digital art and using Paint Tool Sai, I highly recommend the tablet. I have my pen tool, and I've got my tablet. I use the mouse and the tablet. Like, this is me using the mouse, and this is me using the tablet. Yeah, see, there's a huge difference. Whee! Yes, one of the favorite shortcuts in your best friend, if you hit Control Z, like Control and Z together, Undo. Best shortcut ever. Use it all the time. I'm going to write this down. Control Z. Yeah, so, and I'm lazy. I'm just going to erase this. Woohoo! Tablet. So, we have our pen. Let's just draw a heart. Woohoo! Hearts are fun to draw. Okay. So there's my heart. It's a basic one. So, what's next? Well, me personally, this is what I do. This is maybe not what you do, but this is how I get my sketches to look, or my drawings to look the way they do. So you go into layer, new line work layer, make sure it's new line work layer. Okay, so we have a heart, and we have layer 1, which is the one we do it on, and then the line work layer. So you're going to go back to layer 1, you're going to go to your opacity, and you're going to lower it to about 50%. The line work layer is above your sketch layer. So you're going to zoom in, you're going to go to your pen tool. Now this is really important. You see where it says stabilizer? You're going to go in, and you're going to go all the way down to S7. This is the stabilizer tool, so when you draw, it'll automatically stabilize your lines so they look very clean and crisp and you're not all over the place. S7 is the highest one, so you want to make sure it's on the highest one. Usually I use black because black is cool. Doesn't matter about the size, usually just 2 or 3. I'm going to go in and draw over it. This is where you can really just zoom in and go. Whee! And away we go. And more away we go. To actually do real line art, it can take a while. Usually, when I draw, it takes anywhere from an hour to 8 hours to draw a complete drawing. Now, very important, when you're done your line art, make sure you go in and fix all those holes. This is where you can really zoom in and really get some of these holes. Very important, so just go in and just make sure that your lines are neat and there's no holes. Perfect. Okay, so here's your heart. Now, by now, I save, so File, Save As. You want to make sure it's Sai. We're going to call it Heart. Alright.